Hi, my name's Mary Sloan, and I'm going to talk to you today about how to effectively manage your Google Plus and your YouTube accounts. Now, with any luck, my screen share will work, and you'll be able to see this as well as hear me. So let's hope that that all works today, because some days it's easier than others. Okay, let's there. Alrighty, perfect. So the first thing that I want to show you is I want to show you where you start to manage. Because one of the things that Google doesn't want is they don't want a lot of accounts hanging around that aren't properly used and really are serving no purpose. That's just a lot of data space and empty space. And so they're starting to actually close some accounts. But we don't want your accounts closed unless you don't really have any interest in them. And so we want to show you how to effectively set this up and not have any of your accounts closed. So here on this screen, you can see that I have several different accounts. That's just a partial shot of them. But in any event, I have several. But what I do is I have them all organized under my Mary in Panama at Gmail. That's Mary in Panama at Gmail. That's my main Gmail account. So I use that to kind of organize everything else. So when I get there, I choose that account and it takes me to, oh, of course, my Gmail. And I go up and I choose out of the screen YouTube. And I want to come into the YouTube screen as Mary. And so here I have my YouTube account and I have it under my Mary Sloan, Mary's in Panama account name, as you can see. Now, I could, of course, go ahead and do a bunch of stuff, but what I want to do is I really want to go to my YouTube settings, because what I want to do is I want to set up a new account. So here, as we drop down, you can see that I have the option here to actually go down and create a new channel. And that's precisely what I want to do. And when I do that, I get over to this where I can create a new channel. Now, I've already kind of started this process. So what I did was I chose multiple streams of internet income as my channel name, because that's the channel that I am opening. I chose product or brand, but I could have chosen company, institution, or organization. I could have chosen company because it is, of course, a business. It's not really in the arts, entertainment, or sports genre. And I could have chosen other. In fact, it doesn't make much difference because Google lets you proceed the same way, regardless of what category you choose. You have to, of course, agree to the page terms. They allow you to have a Google Plus page, and you click Done. Now, this will allow you to do everything that you could do previously as a profile. There was a time when pages and profiles had to act differently, but that's been changed, and now we act the same way. So the good thing is that we can comment on videos, we can act as the page, we can go around, we can circle people, we can like pages, and you don't have to do anything to get this Google Plus page. Now, if you were to start the process in Google Plus, it isn't as easy. Google Plus doesn't automatically connect to the YouTube channel, so it's much easier if you start at the YouTube end. So when you get here, you of course click Done, and you have now effectively set up that new channel. All things are good. So you can come in here, you can add channel art, And you can do all the different things that will allow people to see this as your YouTube station under the new name. I haven't actually prepared any channel art, but let me see if what I might have available is of any use here. It's a big size. No, it's not going to work. Okay, I've got to prepare something because it's going to take a big size. As you can see here, it's 2560 by 1440. So I'm going to open this up at another time. And what I am going to do is simply go to my Google Plus channel. I can, of course, put up my different name, my picture there, my profile picture to identify this, and I can go there and go to connected accounts, and I can connect with my Twitter and Facebook if I want, and generally do all the things that you want to be able to do with your YouTube channel. Now I want to just go to my Google Plus page, and I want to be able to actually set up my Google Plus page. No, I've got no Google Plus notifications, so I'm just going to go to Google Plus Hangouts, which will take me over to my Google Plus page. Okay, I'm going to cancel that. I just want to stay in my Google Plus page here. And as you can see, I have a choice. My business. So now I can set up my multiple streams of internet income, and I can edit this. I can go through the settings page. I have a website, so I can connect my website. I've got a 10-word tagline. You want to be sure to put in your HTTP. Okay, so I'm not going to fill this all out, but you can see that you want to fill in all your information. You want to put up your channel art, so you want to fill this in completely and tell people who you are and what you're about. So I'll come back to do that. I can also, of course, set up a community, and that's one of the things that is really important to do, is to just simply go ahead and set up that has everything to do with this. And so I can create a community, or I can search for communities. Because I want to create a community that's consistent with my Google Plus page, I now have a choice with the kind of community. I can have it public or private. And I am going to, in this instance, make it public. And what do I want to call it? I want to call it, multiple streams of internet income. Okay, so people who would be interested in that would come to my community. Now, even though I've chosen to make it public as opposed to private, which, you know, can act almost like a membership, you can have only invited members, which means that people have to pay to join. And so it's really kind of very cool. But even with a public one, I am going to ask that anyone can ask to join, so that there has to be some control on this. Not anybody can just kind of pop in and decide that they're part of the community, although there's a lot of very public communities on the page. On Google Plus. So there's lots of these different communities out there, and as you're making your choice up, they kind of give you the opportunity to join other similar pages. I'm not quite sure what that's all about, since what I want to do is create my own. But in any event, that's Google's choice. They tell you all about these other communities. What it does is that it means that you can go visit those communities as this page once you've got it set up. And once you've got that set up, then of course you can go and see all these other pages, and you might talk in there about what you're doing on your community and invite people back to take a look, or to invite people to an event that you're doing. So one of the really powerful things with a community is to actually do events in the community. And so you can see that you can add a discussion. What's great is that you can add categories here, so you can have new members, and I might want another category called videos. So you can set this up any way that you like. You can add links, you can add different location, you can delete the community if you suddenly decide that you don't want to have it anymore. And you can just kind of go, okay, I'm done right now. I should come back. I can come back at any time and finish filling it out. Obviously, I have to, if I want to share, I need to put some pictures up. So what I'm not going to share right now. I'm just going to cancel that, because that's not what I'm interested in right at the moment. What I am interested in is actually setting up an event in my community. Because if you start the Google Plus events, and I'm not going to finish this, I just want to show you what's possible here. You can plan a hangout, or you can create an event, and you can then set these up to go off in the future. You get all your links. You can go back to your YouTube channel. You can set up a matching event there, and the whole thing becomes incredibly powerful. So that's really what I wanted to share with you with Google Plus and YouTube, is use YouTube as a way to set up all your various communities. I'll show you when I go back to my personal profile that I have all sorts of communities. So I've got communities that I moderate. I've got communities that I moderate, that are recommended to me, communities where I've joined, and communities, of course, that are connected to my profile. So so it's a great way to organize all your different communities together, all your profiles together, and you can manage things very effectively from here. So that's a great way to use this, and I encourage you all to start putting all your Google Plus and YouTube channels and identities together.